Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So you've probably been hearing a lot about the quadrillions of dollars out there, and you're probably sitting here and saying, all right, yeah, but when? Like, what's going on? Crypto's valued at, so-and-so trillion dollars. Quadrillion sounds like one big dreamland, right? It's all fake. It's nonsense. It's never going to happen. And to a lot of people, it might seem easy to say that, but when you start uncovering what's going on around names like the DTCC, you start to realize that it's not some, fairy tale. It's not some promise that's being made. No, it's actually happening here. And you got to remember some of the names that are tied back to the DTCC as well. This is Wall Street, essentially. These are the big players. This is the big money. The DTCC is tied back to Wall Street. It's tied back to the biggest names out there. And we have here the NSCC subsidiary is equipped to increase clearing hours to support extended trading with implementation targeted for Q2 of 2026, subject to regulatory review and approval. Now, if we go into this and actually read this, okay, we have that the DTCC, the premier post-trade market infrastructure for the global financial services industry, today announced that its National Securities Clearing Corporation, the NSCC subsidiary, will increase clearing hours to support extended trading with implementation targeted for Q2 of 2026, subject to regulatory review and approval of any necessary rule changes. Extending clearing hours will deliver increased client value by maximizing liquidity and reducing counterparty risk, as the NSCC will be able to apply its central counterparty guarantee to overnight activity across different time zones for global participants. Now, this is also supporting what the Nasdaq wants to do, right? Because everyone now is all of a sudden talking about 24/5 trading. And it's only a matter of time until we get to 24/7. But we have here that as interest is near round-the-clock trading of U.S. equities grows, we are meeting this demand by extending our clearing hours to support our clients and further strengthen the safety and soundness of the markets. The DTCC is committed to leading large-scale industry-wide initiatives that deliver positive change for the industry and the investing public. We look forward to continuing to work collaboratively across the industry towards a successful implementation. At the same time, we remain engaged with SIFMA to align to a consistent view of the U.S. trading day. Now, SIFMA is working across our membership on the proposed expansion of trading hours, and its membership are supportive of the establishment of a consistent U.S. trading day across exchanges, which enables increased access to U.S. markets for a global client base. The expansion of trading hours, however, presents several challenges for the industry that will need to overcome to maximize disruption to firms and existing post-trading clearing and settlement processes. Now, what's crazy about this, right, is what are those changes? What has to actually happen here? Well, if we are thinking about all of this, okay, we look at all of the names tied to this. So you not only have SIFMA tied to the DTCC, you have 24 Exchange CEO as well that is talking here, and the founder as well, which is tied back to 24X National Exchange. And then also Blue Ocean Technologies, then Bruce Markets, the CBOE as well, and also North American markets at Nasdaq, the NYSE, RQD. I mean, guys, these are all of the big players around Wall Street. So every single big player here is working together to bring 24/5 trading around roughly like the second quarter of 2026. Now, how are they going to do this? Well, remember what the DTCC just posted back in February. Digital asset technology is reshaping our industry, bringing both challenges and opportunities in asset lifecycle management. Composer X was built to bridge TradFi and DeFi, delivering the infrastructure to scale digital asset management. Here we have the Composer X, bridges traditional and digital infrastructure, connects legacy systems with blockchain for unified asset management, secure, scalable, and reliable built to industry standards, harmonizes traditional and digital asset management, token creation, settlement, and inventory management all in one solution. And then down here, open, interoperable, and future ready, supports flexible tokenization and integrates effortlessly with legacy systems. Accelerates growth with scalable data tools, delivers powerful tools for transactions, account management, and ecosystem-wide adoption. When we think about what's going on here, the best way to do 24/5 trading is by tokenizing on chain. The liquidity is there, right? The liquidity is the biggest thing around all of this. You cannot have 24/5 trading without proper liquidity management. And you also need extremely efficient tech. You need new infrastructure. And in fact, Robinhood's CEO, Vlad Tenev, actually said that you need blockchain. Blockchain is the crucial key here. Now, on top of that, we have over here from the DTCC, discover how the DTCC is advancing digital assets through innovation and collaboration, shaping an end-to-end digital ecosystem that drives the industry forward. Check this out.
DTCC is owned by major financial players. It's effectively neutral ground for the major institutions to develop the financial market infrastructure of the future.
Being at the core gives us visibility to the pain points that the industry is having as it looks to take advantage of this new blockchain technology.
This is our call to action. This is what we were built for as an organization.
We at DTCC Digital Assets have a variety of ways that we can work with our clients to build a comprehensive solution for the industry that will enable the adoption of digital assets.
Right now, my focus and the focus of our team in DTCC is to really collaborate with the market and start to build an end-to-end ecosystem.
Now, again, this is all through digital assets. And guess how much money the DTCC moves per year? $3 quadrillion. This is why we say quadrillions of dollars are coming to the space. Wall Street is ready. And in fact, over here from Mario Nolfo, remember this? Guys, this just got posted on March 7th. Nasdaq plans 24-hour trading launch in 2026 to transform global markets. They announced today a bold move to offer around-the-clock trading on its equities platform starting mid-2026, pending SEC approval, expanding beyond its current 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. ET hours to meet global demand. The shift, driven by international investors in Asia and retail traders hooked on crypto-style access, could boost the exchange's $200 billion daily volume and attract giants like Apple and Tesla. And also, competitors like the NYSE Arca and 24 Exchange, which by the way are working with the DTCC on 24/5 trading, are already expanding hours. Now, when we think about this, we also go over here. Now, this is new. This just got announced on the 18th. Nasdaq announces new regional headquarters in Texas. Interesting. Now, this is where everything starts to make sense, okay? So the Nasdaq is joining the wave of major firms fleeing overregulated states for pro-business environments. The move follows the New York Stock Exchange's plan to launch an exchange in Texas, signaling a major Wall Street shift south. Texas continues attracting top companies with favorable legal and regulatory conditions. Now, what's interesting about this is this post. You guys remember this back in June? BlackRock, Citadel Securities backed TXSE Group to launch Texas Stock Exchange. Remember that Citadel just recently dived on into crypto custody and digital assets. And also BlackRock is tokenizing in a big way. And also BlackRock CEO Larry Fink back in January said that he wants the SEC to rapidly approve tokenization of bond stocks and what it could mean for crypto. Interesting. So BlackRock with Citadel, two big players that jumped into, crypto heavy, that also wants to tokenize in a big way, are now urgently rushing for tokenization of stocks, bonds, equities, while they're also launching a Texas Stock Exchange, which is also the same location that the Nasdaq wants to announce new regional headquarters. I'm sure that none of this has any connection back. And also remember that the Nasdaq also has been posting quite a bit about tokenization over the last couple of years, going all the way back to 2023, even 2022. Tokenization of equity shares, the future of investment. Tokenization presents much more than a market opportunity. And then also recently, March 5th of last year, new infrastructure is required to realize asset tokenization markets. You don't get all of these 24/7, 24/5, all of these great big moves without the infrastructure change. And the best way to do that is by adopting technology that lives and breathes markets 24/7 already, which is crypto. We look at crypto, we look at DLT, we look at blockchain, we look at tokenization, and it's already happening. Big players like BlackRock are already moving on chain in a big way. They're already starting to urgently push for this, even with the regulators. So what we really look at here okay, is the big players. We look at the big players and what the big players are doing. And also remember, right, BlackRock has been making a lot of moves recently, and they recently did a interview, or it was kind of like a conference, and this is actually Robbie Mitchnick. Big shout to Subjective Views for this video clip. This is the head of digital assets. He said that the direction of travel and focus for TradFi firms is public blockchains. Now, I bring this up real quick because the DTCC is not yet using public blockchains. They are using DLT, but it's private ledger technology just right now. But when they actually officially want to scale and go live, they will have to utilize public blockchains because private blockchains are walled gardens. That's why we look at what the DTCC was doing, last year. They plan to double down on digital assets work in 2025. We already knew this. They recently acquired Securrency. Securrency also had connections back to Ethereum, Stellar, and even Ripple with EOS as well, and other distributed ledger technologies. And of course, legacy systems, which could easily plug and play. But this was all around tokenization as well. Securrency was always around tokenization, which that's why the DTCC actually acquired them. But they already had significant connections to DLT and blockchain-based technologies, which are public ledgers, by the way. And then, of course, here we have Robbie Mitchnick from BlackRock saying that the focus is on public blockchains. Now, we haven't just heard from BlackRock on this as well. Franklin Templeton, Jenny Johnson, she also said public blockchains are the key. All of these big institutional players are saying public blockchains. It's always about public blockchains. But check this out.
Financial institutions' efforts on private blockchains in the past, and maybe sort of the shift to public blockchains, the regulatory political temperature that has kind of been changing in recent years to kind of lead to that.
Yeah, well, I think the verdict is in on the private blockchains, and it's not good. That was obviously where a lot of the TradFi exploration in this space occurred in the early years. In particular, that was really all of the banks and some of the other TradFi institutions had comfort with. But the track record is what it is, and it reflects the fact that there's been very, very de minimis actual adoption in an economic, commercial way at scale of any of these private blockchain projects. And I think, in hindsight, at least, that makes sense in terms of the curbing of the value prop of blockchain's potential that a private blockchain represents. And so public blockchains are increasingly the focus, even for TradFi firms, maybe not all yet, but certainly that's the direction of travel. And we've seen obviously encouraging regulatory guidance over the last couple of weeks that help support the notion that this is now a suitable territory for even banks in the US to engage in.
So again, when we think about private blockchains, yeah, the scalability issue is definitely there. There's a lot of inefficiencies actually tied back to private blockchains, which is why we always look at the public blockchains being the answer to a lot of these problems that we are now starting to, see coming up around these big players that are already tapped in on private blockchains. The DTCC is aware of this, right? They've been utilizing private ledger technology for a while. We really look at this and we look at the underlying ledgers in this space that could be the answer to solve a lot of these problems. We always look at the XRP ledger. We look at XRP because, again, this is something that's been around since 2012. They already are working with big banks, right? Ripple's already been working with big banks, trialing a lot of POCs on the XRP ledger as well. And they know for a fact that it could handle these high throughput, these massive scale use cases. So that's why we always look at what the big players are saying, because we already have all that information around XRP and the XRPL that really kind of puts a spotlight on it, in my opinion, to confirm that once we see that shift from private to public, XRP and the XRPL is going to see a significant wave of adoption in a huge, huge way. And I think everyone should pay attention to that, because that's when things really start to get real. That's when all of these talks about quadrillions of dollars or, you know, oh yeah, it's going to hit $100 trillion or that, or this, that, whatever. Like, that's when all of those discussions become a reality. Right now, yeah, you could say it's just a fairy tale, that it's promises, that it's never going to actually happen. It's all speculation, but we have the facts in front of us, right? Like, we have all of the moves happening in real time around, you know, extending hours, extending efficiencies, tapping into digital assets. Like, the DTCC is literally telling you what's going on here. And when these organizations are talking, you better be listening, because these are the ones that are moving quadrillions of dollars per year. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on for more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.